Hey guys, Lauren here. I'm super excited for today's video because it is the Jaclyn Hill palette. Oh my god, you guys. This sold out in 45 minutes and I was blessed enough to get my hands on one. Like literally this was one of the hardest things to try and get. It took me like 25 minutes for the whole entire checkout process. Morphe's website crashed on me once and I was able to go back through and redo everything and I got it. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So I'm gonna try a fun little eye look for you guys and do a first impressions and kind of review video for you on what I think about it. So we are gonna go ahead and just jump right into this video and make sure you guys click subscribe before we leave. And let's go right into it. Okay, so the packaging itself comes in this cute little white box. I love how classy the white and the silver looks together. Like, this is probably one of the greatest things. So you open it up and she had each palette wrapped in bubble wrap so it's safe during transport. And I mean, it's probably one of the most genius things because the most tragic thing would be to get it and have it be broken. So you open it up and it's upside down. The front is just like the front of the box. It's got Jaclyn Hill palette, Morphe down here. The back says Jaclyn Hill x Morphe, and it's got Jaclyn's initials all on the back. It's actually super adorable, and everything is in this white with the silver, and I'm obsessed with it. You open it up. I'm gonna take out this little like protector because that thing always falls out. So you open it up and this part says, "This palette is dedicated to all my loving subscribers, XO Jaclyn." And then here it is. Like, you guys, I can't even, like, it's so pretty, I don't even want to use it. Like, each pan just looks so beautiful and I just want to touch them all, but at the same time I don't want to touch them all. So there's a lot of great neutrals. There's literally a color for every single person in this palette. Like, I'm loving these colors down here with how vibrant they are. They're not my normal colors. I normally wouldn't use them, but I'm super excited to try them out. And then there's so many neutral colors in here that there's literally a shade for everybody. There's some great highlight shades for your brow bone, which I did my brows earlier this morning. My face makeup is just kind of like whatever today because I came home from work and I'm filming this and I'm super excited. I didn't even care about fixing that. So yeah, there's a lot of great shimmers, foils, metallics. She is supposed to have the works in here, and each pan is supposedly pressed differently to get the optimum amount of pigmentation out of this that you can. So I'm super excited to try them. All the tutorials I've seen online, at least the majority of them that I've watched, have been using a lot of the reds and browns. I personally kind of want to go a little crazy and try out these four right here, which is a dark green, that bright tealish color, and then the shimmers. So I've got my little brush thing here, and we are just going to go ahead and try this. I have an eyelash in my eye, so hard, you guys. Excuse me as I dig through my eye trying to get this thing out. Oh, alright, that feels better. Okay, so I have eye primer on already. I made sure to put that on. Because this doesn't have a mirror in it, I just grabbed my Jeffree Star Skin Frost to use the mirror. So I already have primer on, like I said, and I'm just going to kind of go in with this palette right in front of me and kind of dip into it. I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush. This is an Eco Tools full shadow brush right here. And I am just going to, I don't even know. I'm just going to dip into this very first shade here. I know it's more of a highlight shade, but I'm going to just go ahead and dip into that one to just kind of set everything that I got going on. So dip, tap, dip and tap. I almost combined those two words together. We're just going to brush that over. It's going to set the primer and get us ready for the shadow. Now, I will admit, I do my eyeshadow almost every single day now, so I've gotten a lot quicker with it. So if I go quick, I'm not rushing, I promise. It's just like habit for me to be like, oh, I have to be at work soon. I have to leave soon. Like, let me breeze through this. Okay. So that is super pigmented. It's a lot more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. but I'm okay with that. I really like it. It looks so ridiculous right now, but I do like it. It's going on really smooth, so I'm super excited. So we are going to go into a transition shade, and I'm going to grab this e.l.f. blending brush. This actually came as a free gift in an order I just placed for them. So I'm gonna start with this guy right here. I don't have the names of the shades in front of me, so I'm gonna dip into this guy for starters, and we are gonna see how that works. So get them on the brush. I always tap off the extra just to be sure, and I'm going right above the crease, and I'm just gonna blend that in. So I start and I go a little bit more on the outside, blend a little bit, go in. So that's super, it's super faint. It's not as pigmented as I thought it was gonna be, but I do still like it. It's hard to see if it's coming up. I don't know if you guys can even see like any of it. I almost tapped into my highlight, that'd be bad. So it's definitely a lighter transition shade. So since that was lighter than I was expecting, we are gonna go ahead and try out the guy right below. And we're just gonna go with the same exact brush. I'm not gonna switch brushes yet. I'm kind of nervous about going into those colors, I'm not gonna lie. I normally do like pinks. Oh yeah, that's better. Ooh, that is super, super rich. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. So that's better. That's a lot better. You know, and she said in her YouTube video that each pan was pressed differently to get optimum pigmentation, and you can actually almost feel the different textures in the shadows. Like, that's crazy, but you can. I know it sounds weird and probably not true, but I can feel a difference. So transition shade is in. I kind of want to keep using the same brush because I'm really loving this brush, but I'm gonna switch because I don't want this green to go everywhere. Here we go. I'm gonna take actually another e.l.f. brush. This is their blending eye brush, so it's a little bit more stiff and kind of, it's not so wide, it's a little bit more narrow. That's the word I couldn't think of. And we're just gonna go for it. I'm gonna start with the darkest green. So it's gonna be this guy right here. And I prefer to start, kind of the vision I have for this is I'm gonna start with the darker green and kind of blend into that tealish color. I don't know, we're just gonna see. This could turn out being absolutely horrible, or it could be amazing. We'll see. And I'm just gonna go right into the eye crease. Ooh. Ooh, girl. That is impressive. Normally, I feel like with darker shades, I have to go in and like really go. I'm gonna start on this eye first because the lighting, you can see this eye better. I should just turn this camera, I swear. Anyways, I feel like sometimes with darker shades, like you can see how easily that went on right there. I feel like sometimes you have to really like build it up. And with this, it just like went on. Like that's just first go round and we're already that dark. I'm gonna go a little bit higher on this because I want it to be a little smokier. Now I have a tendency to like go up on an angle and like do that because I normally wing out my liner. So for me that gives me actually a really good base and a good line, and then I could just keep blending from there. I'm gonna bring this in a little bit more in the corner of my eye, and I kind of focus on where I want the color first and then I blend into the crease. I'm slightly obsessed and slightly still nervous at the same time. And same thing, this blends beautifully, and like the color is just so rich. Like, I know I brought that out really far, but I'm actually like super impressed with it right now, because normally I don't do shades like this, and even this is like not too shabby on my skin tone. So we are gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this side. Ooh. I may have messed that up a little bit, but you know what? Blend it out, ladies, blend it out. That's the beauty about makeup, is you make one little mistake and you can easily fix it. And like with this shadow, I feel like it blends so nicely that like any sort of mistake you make, you can fix. Swear to God, a bug just flew past the window and I like legit thought it was in the house. It was like the size of a friggin' bird. Ooh. All right. And same thing, we're gonna bring it inwards a little bit. I am gonna keep my shimmer more towards the inside because I'm gonna blend it some, so I'm not too concerned about leaving the center a little bit more open. I just want to make sure that my crease and everything has the optimum amount of color that I'm actually looking for, and I'm going to make sure everything's even. I like to take my finger and smudge around the edges, just kind of soften it up some. I try to avoid using my blending brush for the edges until I'm completely done, and then I take a clean brush and I go back over and I kind of like blend it out some. But otherwise I'll use my finger and just blend it out with my finger. And then that also allows me to kind of clean up any excess eyeshadow that kind of got around and out of control. So far you can see how pigmented that is, and like I'm impressed. And this color is kind of everything right now. Okay, so we are gonna set this brush down and we are gonna move on to the fun one. We're gonna try and blend in a little bit of these colors. Actually, I think I'm gonna change my mind. I think I'm gonna deepen up the inner corner some more with this dark green, and then we are gonna shimmer it up with this guy, because I'm kind of obsessed with this dark green right now, and it's kind of everything. So I will go in and I will actually tap in the corner and then blend it out when I'm trying to darken the inside, so then that way I'm not like going up and down. I like tap and then go upwards. So you guys can kind of see, like tap and then I bring it up and then I blend it up and down, and then I do that wiper blade motion, but in there, in the crease, like right in the corner of my eye, I tap it, I tap with a P, I tap it, and then blend it. I feel like this eye is turning out darker than this eye, so we're gonna go in with a little bit more. We're just gonna keep blending. Ooh, girl, I am loving this. Okay, so we darkened the inner corners a little bit more. Ignore the fact that I have eyeshadow all up in there. I am absolutely obsessed. I'm gonna say that like 25 times, but it's true. I am. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I love it. I'm obsessed. I'm hoping this look turns out okay. I'm kind of nervous about it still, but we're about to get a little cheeky. So I'm gonna take another precision blending brush. This one is by Eco Tools as well, and I'm just gonna tap into that. Do you see that? I'm just gonna tap into that color, and I'm gonna kind of blend it in. Ooh. I'm not hating this either. It really, like, I'm like impressed. Now normally greens are not my colors, but I would wear this. I feel like, I thought this was a matte, but I feel like this has some shimmer to it. No, this is definitely a matte. We're gonna go in. It even blends out beautifully with a finger, guys. Now again, some of that too is how the powders or the shades are pressed. Certain shades will work better when they've been pressed. If you use your finger, if they've been pressed enough. So some of the shades in basically every palette, you're gonna deal with the same issue. But honestly, like if it's not working with your brush, just go in with your finger, because half the time, like this picks up beautifully. This is the shimmer shade that was right next to that teal. Like this picked up beautifully. I didn't wet my brush at all, which obviously you can do as well. And that'll really help the colors pop. Girl, look at how amazing this is. I'm so obsessed. Now I'm gonna go right next to the shimmer dark green and kind of bring it into the inner corner a little and cover up some of that dark that we had in there already, but just to kind of blend out. Oops. I probably hit my highlight like 25 times a day with a brush, but that time I actually gouged it. Okay, so I am absolutely obsessed right now. Like literally these are so pigmented. I'm so impressed. I need to turn this camera though so you guys can kind of get like the feel. I have to like move everything. It's kind of horrible how messy I am right now. Ooh. Oh, you guys will be able to see that. My background. Whatever. I don't care anymore. But like seriously, look at how amazing. Like this shadow, I'm so impressed. Like ignore the fact that it's like accentuating the bags under my eyes. Ignore that part, but I mean this is absolutely amazing. This is probably some of the best eyeshadows I've used to date. Like I just want to keep going. Like I just want to keep like grabbing powders, different shades, and like go into town. I'm gonna bring this up a little bit more. There we go. Blendy blend. Like they just feel so creamy. Like I'm so impressed. My foot is asleep right now. I'm so impressed though. Like real talk right now, like she hit this out of the park. Like I went a little crazy because this isn't normally like the coloring like I said, but I mean if you're gonna get a palette with shades like this, you have to try them. Like if you're not willing to try them, just like go home. Like seriously, go home. So I'm gonna tap into that dark green with my... Okay guys, we had some technical difficulties again with the camera. I was finishing my under eye and I realized that it had stopped filming again, but I had already done one side completely, so I just went in and I smoked out the under eye with the same dark green, and then I added eyeliner, lashes, and decided to finish up the look before filming again. So this is the completed look. I'm actually really pleased with it. It's super unique, something completely different than what I would normally do. And I don't wear these colors, but I love these colors. Like, they are so universal for every single skin tone. I'm obsessed. So that basically concludes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and enjoyed seeing this palette. And if you want to see me do any other looks with this palette, just leave it in the comments down below and I will definitely do more looks with this because I'm super excited to use it. It is going to be my new daily go-to palette, I think. I'm obsessed. Jaclyn Hill, you can tell this is her in a palette. You can tell that this is everything she wanted, and she did such an amazing job with it, and I'm super, super glad that I was able to get one. This is by far my favorite, so I'm super excited. I hope you guys are super excited for it to come back in stock if you weren't able to get one, so you can. So keep an eye out. Make sure you sign up for that notification because you will love this palette. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any comments, if you want to see more looks, give me some suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. I'm so sorry that the video cut out again. Technical difficulties, that's all it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave any comments down in the comments down below, and make sure you click subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.